So we are now recording the October 19th, 2018 Small Business Accounting Advisors. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hello.
So we survived the day after extended tax returns were due. Yes.
So when did everybody file their tax return?
On October 15th. That's my tradition.
Saturday. So
I found
the 13th. Hey.
2016 yet.
You know, it's funny. I filed on the 15th, but it's done back in March. But I don't know why. I feel like something's just going to pop up like on the 15th. I don't know. It's a tax pro thing, I guess.
You know what always holds me up is I go ahead and key it all in. I've got it done. And then I have pictures of all the junk that I took to the different charities, and I need to spread it out. So many per shirt. It's that valuing the non-cash stuff I put off.
Yeah,
Dennis is a last minute or two, so you can tell we all don't get money back. We pay.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah, we all pay. That's a good thing. That means we're making money. That's always a good thing. I always like paying because it means I'm making money. That's okay.
Exactly. So Mariette, we're going to put you up first. You're going to tell us about the coolest social media tool you found.
Yes. So I am always excited when I find something new. A lot of us in our group, obviously, we're always learning new techie, geeky, accounting type tools, but I also love social media tools. So I had my Latina in Business conference, which is every year. It's with an organization that I'm a board member of, and we basically have an annual conference for small business owners, but it's actually, it's put together by Latinas in business because we're all Latinas on the board. And so this year we wanted to just kind of step it up a notch with social media, our hashtag, our partners. And so we got something, we got a board. Well, basically you first got to get the backdrop like every other event. And you have the backdrop where people take selfies and all that. But then you go ahead and subscribe on an app called walls.io. And I actually, if you go to my Facebook profile, I made a video on it, and I made a mobile video on it because you can use it through your mobile and through the website. It's called walls.io. And let me see if I can show it to you.
WALLS .io.
Yep, .io, exactly. And I'm going to attempt to share my screen and see if I can get to it, which would be amazing if I can. Can you guys see my phone screen?
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Okay.
The kids.
Okay. There are my babies. So let's see if I can get to it. So walls. There it is. Okay. So see how it says right there, walls.io and then /. It's the very first one on top. So the key is that whatever your event is the /. So your event is the /. So my event was Latina IE. That was the event. So what happens is you have this social media, there it is. It may take a minute because I'm on Zoom and I'm showing you my phone. So you basically have this social media wall where everybody that's posting at your event, and it doesn't matter if they're posting through Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, LinkedIn, Instagram, every single post, whether it's a video, image, just a written post, it's all there. And it all goes into one place, every single post. It's super amazing. And, and so then after, you're encouraging everybody during the whole day to be very active, right? And then what happens is, the key though, is at the very end, not at the very end, when you actually get to the event, so of course, remember, you're sharing the hashtag, like everybody's sharing hashtag QuickBooks Connect, like 2 weeks before, 1 week before, 2 days before, right? And then the event happens, and during the event, you can have a big screen going on and basically sharing all of the posts prior to the event, and then you could even share the posts during the event live while you're actually at the event.
That's cool.
It's super duper awesome.
So you're going to have to
walls.io.
QB Connect.
And you want to say hi to my son? I just picked up my little band. Hey, want to say hi, Mike? Hi.
Hi.
Hey.
That's my little man, Mike. Now I gotta go get my little girl, Annette. So anyways, I wanted to share that with you guys. Walls.io. Definitely take advantage of it. Consider it if you're ever gonna have an event. Yeah.
Will you use it at QB Connect?
Yeah, I can actually create one. But the thing is, remember, I need to create my own wall, so I can't use QB Connect. I'm assuming Intuit should use QB Connect,
They
right?
have their own app.
They have their own up there.
We could, when we
Yeah, they should.
post to it, like we could make a SBAA happy hour
Yes,
for QB
yes,
At
exactly.
QB Connect. That would be awesome.
Yeah.
hashtag QB Connect. So we'd be
Right,
promoting.
so then everybody should do hashtag QBC SBAA, something like that. And
Yes.
whenever anybody that hashtags QBC SBAA, it'll all go on the wall. So you can follow us the whole time. Really
That is awesome.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, I was blown away. I was blown away.
We have enough information already.
So that's all I wanted to share, guys. Of
All
course.
righty. And your event looked awesome too, by the way.
Oh, it was.
Yes, it was really fun. Linda came and visited me and showed her Latina support. Thank you, Linda. It was awesome.
Nice. Very nice.
See, because it even got to me, amazingly enough. I don't know how, but it did. I meet people and they go like, oh my God. And these are people in their 40s and 50s and they go like, oh, I'm too old for this. I don't know how you do it. And I said, I'm saying like, well, it's worth trying. What the heck? Maybe
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I get a little help from my friends. I love the way he shoots up at himself. It makes him look like the big man on town.
Are you talking about Ernest?
Yeah, Ernest.
Ernest is up next. He's going to tell us about the Boise, Idaho Startup Week. Sara says he's having too much fun.
Well, I got to tell you, it's a pretty interesting thing. You know, people don't think about Boise, Idaho and high tech, but I got news for you. This week we had the Startup Week. It's actually still going on today. And a couple things happened. One of the days we did a pitch day for startups who were all vying for a cash check for $10,000.
Nice.
They had quite a few different presentations. One of them was particularly noteworthy, you know, for me because I've done a lot of stuff in the credit union space. They were putting together a new way of funding that is kind of a crowdsourcing application, but with kind of a new spin that uses blockchain to validate identities and everything.
Oh, wow.
So that was one of the presentations. The winner of that particular part was a company that has developed sophisticated radar technologies that allows you to like hold on to a small piece, something like this size, and connect it to your smartphone and see through a wall. Now, the key to that is that it's a very low-cost technology. It's all developed right here in Boise, Idaho.
Nice.
So
Nice.
Compared to the existing market solution, it's tens of thousands of dollars cheaper and more readily available. So they think they're going to be able to save a lot of lives with that technology.
Oh, wow.
Police, fire. They actually gave the example during the presentation. It took them, I think, 71 minutes to find the guy in Las Vegas because they didn't have that technology readily available. If they would have had that technology there, they could have got into the guy's room, 20 minutes sooner or something like that.
Wow.
So that's pretty cool. Now the next day, then they had the pitches were all food related, and that was actually incredibly fascinating. My wife was very sorry she didn't get to go because
I like food.
Yeah. They had lots and lots of different presentations from different people. I think there were 2 or 3 snack bars with different, a super focus on, no glutens and all the other stuff. I'm not a foodie, so I couldn't possibly begin to tell you. I can tell you that the gal who won an $8,000 check, but much more importantly than that, that particular pitch session was sponsored by Albertsons, and they gave, as an award, they gave shelf space at their premier store here in Idaho where they're testing out a brand new concept. And the winner was a gal, a food scientist, who's also a nurse by day. So she's starting a brand new company creating very wholesome desserts. So chocolate cookies and that kind of a thing. So it was actually really, really interesting presentations to watch that. The third thing that I'll kind of highlight was there's a technical track, and you might guess that I was actually at that technical track. One of the sessions that I particularly liked was a conversation around technical debt. And so the thought process here is just, it resonates so much with me because as an accountant and somebody that does, software coding, it's this concept of you're making decisions to write something in a haphazard way, and you're going to pay for that later. And it was a very interesting conversation. It's very analogous with, any kind of debt that you might have in your organization, but of course it's off balance sheet. So it was a really interesting conversation. So the fun that I had, there's a great picture of hanging out with the band last night. They had 2 different bands play last night, and in about another hour, they're going to have another band play for the closing session.
Okay.
So there's the update from Boise, Idaho.
Nice.
The picture behind me is the city.
And that's one of your Zoom pictures.
That's Boise?
That's Boise, Idaho, yep.
Okay, what about the building on the left with the pink? What's that?
That is the headquarters of Simplot, which is an agribusiness, very national agribusiness. The event was actually held in a place called Jump, the urban meeting place. You can see it in the daytime. It looks pretty cool. It's very high tech.
Nice.
Didn't you say that you saw Matt Rizzo with T-Sheets talking?
Oh, yeah. Actually, Matt was one of the speakers last night. Super dynamic. Matt is always a great speaker. And he did not let us down last night. He was the last thing between us and drinks. And, he definitely, brought it home. Interesting things. He disclosed a little bit about, the story behind T-Sheets and how it came to be, and he also talked about the offers. Kind of not necessarily the details of the offers. He didn't give us that, of course, but just walking through that process. The tidbit that he shared, which was interesting, was one of the themes was war stories of different founders, and so he shared the story that. He, had partnered very closely, as we all know, right, with Intuit for a long time. And at some point, they called him in to have a meeting, and they were explaining to him, Matt, get some bad news for you. We've decided that time tracking is very important to, QuickBooks fundamental. And so it's either a buy or a build. And we don't think we're going to buy you. And that was their opening, and he explained that was the opening salvo in their negotiations.
Wow.
Yeah,
not very promising.
So just, it was really interesting, some of the stories behind the story, right? Of course, T-Sheets is right here in Idaho, about 5 miles from me.
Mm-hmm.
So he appears at a number of local technical events that I attend, so.
Nice. Sounds like fun.
Yeah.
And the party's about to begin with the band. Guys, you're done for the week?
Yeah, Idaho Steelheads game. Hockey season begins tonight.
Have fun.
All right.
So, Linda.
I'm ready.
So,
Okay, let me share my screen because now, forgive me. I was copy and pasting from an email into the chat, and it copied and pasted the email twice, and the link inside of the email does not work. So what was then I just went to the link and copied the link, and I got that in there. Now the link is going to be on the screen when I share my screen. So I'm going to go down here and share my screen, and I will talk while I'm sharing it. Here we go. Because this was fascinating. It was called The Future of Cybersecurity, and this was the young woman who spoke here. And it's called Hackers, the Internet's Immune System. And so the friendly hackers are the ones who find the weaknesses, and they go to work for the antivirus programs, they work for Microsoft, they work for the Pentagon, the US government, they work for Sony now, you know, all the big, because there are bad hackers all over the place. And I would say this is probably 45 to 50 minutes long, and it's
Friendly hackers.
I beg your pardon?
Mark just walked in. He just went to DerbyCon, which was all friendly hackers.
Well,
Got it.
Anyway, do you recognize what's this woman's name?
I was just thinking, boy, it'd be wonderful if Mark were here to talk about this. And he walks right in.
Isn't that
Oh, Karen. K-E-R.
wanted to play it, but I don't know bandwidth is enough inside.
who's
Oh,
she
that's
with?
right. There's an ad for coffee too.
What's it?
It's good to have an ad for coffee. Anyway, it's very well done. This other man here, these are, I don't know. I think enough is enough.
What, do you know who she works for?
Hey, Matt.
Hello. The woman, the friendly hacker.
The friendly hacker, Karen Elazari.
Yeah.
She looks familiar.
Name sounds familiar.
Yeah.
Got a little dog too, a little white poodle dog.
Silas.
Silas.
That's Silas.
He's my very manly Maltese poodle.
Nice, nice. Wasn't there a Silas in the Da Vinci Code?
Yes, there was. Actually, this is spelled different though. It's C-Y-L-I-S.
Okay, got it.
Gotta make it special.
Okay. That's like my Tara is T-E-R-R-A.
Okay, she's with Tel Aviv University.
Oh, he's looking up that hacker.
Tel Aviv
I don't think
University.
there is such a thing as a safe hacker.
Interesting cyber stuff coming out.
Friendly hacker is what she calls herself.
I was really kind of surprised at everything that's going on in the world.
It's scary, isn't it?
Yeah, when most people have no idea.
Well, where are you supposed to be this weekend?
I'd say if you're a reader and you're on the internet and you subscribe to newsletters and that, you get all these invitations and you get to choose which ones you go to.
Right.
You know, to fit your schedule and look interesting. I was on one the other day. Oh, I know, it was the 9 a.m. QuickBooks Enterprise Solutions one, and I sent to Sara a text saying, you need to get on this. And she said,
I was already on it.
I thought that was good. It was just,
Nice.
you know, you're interested in different things, and so you're
It
fine.
kind of ties in with the other subject you were talking about, Linda, and PayPal verifications going out.
Yeah, send in a copy of your driver's license. We want to see what you look like.
They're asking me for forms, and one of the things they have a problem with is my address. And I
Is it
can't,
QuickBooks?
I have a P.O. box. I can't resolve it. I cannot resolve it because anything other than the post office that I put down is not my address.
I got that, Gina, but let me tell you something, because I have a P.O. box too. The post office allows you to use their street address with the number. So
I do that, but that's not the correct, in my particular area, that's not the correct address for the physical address. The 911 address uses a different town than what my post office box uses.
Well,
So
yeah.
anything I put down,
PO box, but that's my legal address.
that's
So-
my legal address, is the PO box.
Your residence isn't though.
My residence would be the 911 address, and I don't have anything with my residence address. You can send in utility bills. You can send it.
How about your driver's license? Your driver's license doesn't have a PO box.
Well, no, our driver's license are with our PO box.
You have a driver's license with a PO box?
Oh yeah.
I didn't know you could do that.
Funny, I had to change it back about 10 times, but after I did it the 10th time, they let it go. They kept switching it back to where I lived, and I kept.
Well, where I live, I'm like in the corner of a bunch of different towns, like 2 houses down
Very
is Pittsville, 3 houses the other way is Parksburg, and the actual post office is, you know, Pomeroy. So my address is Pomeroy. But if you talk to UPS, it's one thing. If you talk to 911, it's another thing. I try and verify my address, the street address that it's supposed to be. Comes back, we cannot verify with you. There are certain people that won't ship to me, although UPS does come to my
The
house.
post office doesn't have you in their system.
Post office does have me in their system because sometimes UPS doesn't feel like delivering and will take it to the post office.
So to complicate things just one more level for you guys, if you actually go to like a, we have like mailbox type places. So it's not the PO box, right?
Right.
If you go to the places, UPS won't deliver to the PO box, post office box, right? But they will to like mailboxes, etc., or something else.
Right.
For Parkway, we've always used Hush Hush, a UPS store, as our main address.
Yeah.
And I got away with doing it by taking, instead of doing the street address 1, street address 2, I put everything all on street address 1. So it was number, telephone, road, suite, whatever, all on line 1. And that made it to where it never flagged, knock on fake wood, with Google or other things, and it worked okay.
And I think Dennis is doing the same thing, Matt.
Well, we have to do that with nonprofits. There's a lot of nonprofits that have no office.
Right.
And they change over officers every couple of years, and so you need
the address changes, right?
When you buy a PO box or when you rent it, you must put your actual street address on the application.
Yes.
So your address is on that. I don't know. I just, FedEx can't deliver to my post office. FedEx can't find my post office, but UPS has no problem, and they deliver it all the time. It's 323 North Turner Avenue.
So now our merchant services, you're saying like PayPal and things like that, they're starting to clamp down and want more proof that you exist.
You're real.
Yeah.
You're a
I
robot.
have no proof that I can give them except for, you know, the PO box address. And anything else that I put down would be incorrect and would not be correct information. So what choice do I have? I may just have to lose my PayPal account. I mean, not that I use it a whole lot anyway. It's more convenient than anything.
Yeah.
I hear you.
I'm using it a lot because if you're online and stuff, it's so easy to just hit PayPal, and then I've got, you know, business, personal, and I can just check what I want or just draft out of my account. And
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
people will pay me.
That's because we're alcoholics, Sarah.
Huh?
That's because we're alcoholics, Sarah. It's a lot easier to pay with PayPal and cancel it, right?
Yeah, and somebody every once in a while I get commission stuff, right? Well, Ebates goes right to my PayPal. Yeah. So I always have this little fun money.
Yeah.
That's true.
Well, maybe it'll keep me from purchasing as often as I do if I don't have my PayPal account.
Well, that's what, and what I'm going to do this weekend is now that I've been approved for Divvy and I have a Divvy account, is Divvy lets you set up virtual MasterCard numbers.
That's
So
right.
I take my credit card bill, and everywhere I have a reoccurring HubDoc, Intuit, all that. I'm going to assign them their own MasterCard number.
Right.
And then I need to go online. It's just going to be a pain, but go online and,
What about for project accounting then? Could you do that for like construction and projects?
Unlimited credit card numbers.
Wow.
And
Wow.
what's great is you can
That
say,
was one of the things that I wanted to look at, and I just haven't had a
and
chance.
he said he'll come on and give us a demo. One thing you can say, like, okay, so I agreed to $14.99 or whatever for a subscription for 1 year. I mean, you can actually put in limits.
Oh, that's nice.
And you can turn that puppy off, or that way you don't have the danger of exposing your physical card number. And so anything online, I mean, that is so cool to be able
That is
to.
awesome.
But it all comes on one bill.
Right. That is awesome. I
So
like
that's
it.
pretty cool. And then what I signed up, of course, this is a corporate account. And then I assigned all my employees, and then I can actually give them a budget, and I can set up a little chart of accounts, and it has a little app to take a picture. So I don't know. If this works the way I haven't been able to see the back end. I want to see how it works with QuickBooks.
Right.
Can't
Right.
do that until I have some activity on my own account. And I told him, I said, this is so stupid. I'm trying to evaluate your product. And I can't evaluate your product until I use your product. You need to rethink that.
Sample data. It's so easy.
Sample data, I need a video or something, but whatever. So if it works the way I think it works, I want all my clients on this puppy.
Oh, yeah.
So, question, how would those reconcile then? Are there going to be...
Charge can be?
But
Is there a limit as to how small the expense can be?
no.
And how do
You
they
can-
reconcile?
you can-
That's Matt's.
You can give somebody a card and go, okay, they're approved for, $1,000 or travel or whatever. And the other person, you can say they're not approved for anything. And they can be at the store and it texts you like, hey, so-and-so wants to, go down the street and buy something. And you release the money right there at the checkout. So I'm loving that idea, because you don't always want to give a credit card to all your employees, depending on the business that you're in.
Mm-hmm.
How about volunteers and projects and nonprofits having a gala?
Right.
I mean, you have
Projects
somebody who just periodically needs a card, and so it's all software. Now, what's different between I don't know how I got off on Divvy, but the difference between this and like Bento and some other stuff is they've got a back end agreement with MasterCard. They're making their money off of MasterCard. So they're not charging for their software. It's completely free. Whereas
Nice.
these other services, you have to they're prepaid cards, they're a prepaid idea. And then you have to pay per user. And it was just too expensive. And so I'm like, really? Hello? And they're getting funding. I think they just got another $35 million.
Wow.
Hottest startups. So
I'm in the wrong game.
yeah, we're in the wrong game. Yeah.
Okay. Last thing before we go, mention our desktop time on Wednesdays.
Yay, Gina!
Thank you. It was fun. Lots and lots of fun. And I'm promoting our small business accounting happy hour.
Right.
So, yay for us.
Can I say a real quick happy birthday to Linda Arsani real quick?
Absolutely. That's
Happy
right.
birthday!
Happy birthday, Linda. Linda Arsani.
Okay. She's probably traveling Hawaii, the Caribbean,
Somewhere fun.
somewhere fun.
I don't know. She'll be out here in Ventura on the 2nd of November.
Good.
I think that's right.
And then is she going to head up to QuickBooks Connect?
We're going to head up to QuickBooks Connect together right after that. So a
Perfect.
little West Coast time and then head on up. Should be a lot of fun.
Yes.
Awesome.
I get to
Excellent.
see everybody here or there, I hope. Gina, you going to go?
I'm not going this year. Sorry.
The East Coast people here aren't going, but the West Coast people will be there.
Okay.
Maybe next year.
We'll
Yeah.
represent
Well,
for you.
say hi to Chris Wise. He'll be there for QBox.
You
Yes.
did great, by the way, on desktop time. It was awesome.
It was great.
Thank you.
We'll be
Thank
there.
This West Coast rocks the most.
there.
That's right.
Yeah. Did you notice with QBox that you can now, if I have somebody who I've given access to one of my folders, if they
Yeah.
set up their own folder, there's
Yeah.
part of a menu that they can actually create their own folder and start their own account.
Yes, yes.
How
I
nice
Make
is
it a
that?
lot
You
easier.
could get them like hooked on the service and then tell them to take it over.
That's right.
And then they can move the data from your folder over to the folder they're paying for.
That's great. That helps Chris.
What's that?
Well, it helps all of us. Yes, it does.
All of us, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Well, I want clients to, solidify that they own the QuickBooks file, even though I have it locally. And that if they have a QBox, they ultimately control their QuickBooks file. And if they ever get upset with me, now, of course, I can make a copy.
Oh, take her away. No, that's interesting because that's one of the things I think clients don't think of to ask.
Well, they have no clue. They're not doing apps like us. They're not doing things, we have to guide them and help them with that. And that's, why we always have to do the right
They like that. The couple clients that I did that with, I said, I really want you to have the QBox account. That way it's your data. You
Right.
control who can see your data. They like that.
Right. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Aware of it. But I think everybody automatically assumes when they're paying a bookkeeper or accountant that even though the bookkeeper or accountant creates the file and is putting the data in it, the company owner thinks they own the data file.
They
And they
do.
don't unless there's a written agreement to that effect. Why are you shaking your head no?
The company owner owns the data file, not me.
Even if they never had QuickBooks on their computer, even if they never did
It has gone to court so many times with the IRS because what the IRS says is
Oh, I didn't know that.
you have to give it back. Well, if you're a CPA, you're bound by the rules and you have to. For the ones of us who aren't CPAs, we get a little bit more wiggle room.
Got it.
But the IRS has come in repeatedly and said, you have to give the client their
Wow.
record of see, in the old days when we if we did write-up, they had invoices. Well, there's a little different kinds of accounting too. If it's they have invoices, they have canceled checks, they have everything. And you actually just compile it into a general ledger. That is so rare though.
Right, right.
Now, if we've compiled it and we've produced payroll or we've produced payable checks or stuff like that, that QuickBooks file has now become that record, the initial record. And so they are entitled to that.
Aha, got it. Oh, well, next
If you don't get paid.
and I will tell.
Now, if you don't get paid, you got them.
I was always taught that you cannot legally hold the file even if you don't get paid, which sounds like BS to me, but that's what I've been told.
That's what I have always heard, the same thing, that no matter what, you have to give them the
and then
file
it just
back.
boils down to, like, I have some very complex setups that I really wouldn't want a competitor to see how I have them set up because that's my mojo,
Right, right.
But,
well, what is the file? Is the file the reports? Because for sure you're not giving them your QuickBooks. Your QuickBooks program you own.
Yeah, they would have to buy the
program. They'd have to buy their own program.
They'd have to buy their own program, and then they would have to know enough to be able to set it up from that. So,
Right.
all righty, we're going to end for today. We went a little bit over time.
Sorry.
We will see you all same time, same place next week.
All right.
Guys.